Should be good. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the live stream, everyone. For those who are going to be watching the replay, um, we're waiting on folks to come in. The notification probably has gone out. So, I got to find it on here. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. So I can see the comments properly. Good morning. Good morning. It has been a while. Oh, there we go. Okay. There we go. Good morning. Hey, Tanisha. Good morning. Welcome in. Hey, Lola. Good morning. Welcome into the video. This is the wrap up video for the collaboration. Y'all, I couldn't make a video. I was like, mm-mm. So I decided to do a live. Oh, hold on. Let me change this setting. I'm on top chat. Even this thing has changed on here. What's up with YouTube? Okay. Tanisha, I'm glad you're loving the collaboration so far. I think this has probably been like my most favorite year ever. Excepting of course year number one has to be a favorite, but I think the lineup this year was great. The comments, the tips, and which is what this wrap up video is going to be. I'm going to go over what I got from every video. Okay, so I hope you guys took notes and have your notebook. Go ahead and give a thumbs up as you're coming in. Good morning, Mr. Techie. How are you today? I can't. Arlene, good morning and welcome. I have my tablet here, my phablet. I got my phablet right here with me. And so if you see me looking down, I got the tablet and then I got my notebook over here that I'll be also reading from for the collaboration. Okay. So go ahead and give a heart. I've got my hot cocoa. Y'all know. You know already I got my hot cocoa. So um it's been such a good and informative and valuable um collaboration. Like these tips are life changing, and I'm actually about to redo some things because of these tips, right? So it's been really good. 6 years of this, yes. All the tips are good. You're still watching them. Fantastic, fantastic. Because I'm sure if I go back and watch them, I will still even get more information to write down in my notebook. Like some of the days even had me writing on the left side of my page. And y'all already know, we don't do that. We don't do that. We don't write on the left side of the page. But there are some days that the tips were so good. Like I just wanted to like, can I get the script? Just give me the script so I can print it out and put it in my planner because it's so good. And so I actually have a lot of notes. So I'm not going to go through in details every single note or else we'll be here for about 3 hours. But I'll just take a couple tips that I wrote down from each of them. So like this is one of the days. So I got notes. I got notes. Okay. That was the first day. Flores, good morning. How are you? Welcome into the live. It's good to see you as well. Yes. All right. So we got one more minute. I'm going to wait one more minute and then we're going to open with a word of prayer like we normally do. Right. And then I'm going to jump right in. Urka, good morning. Good morning. How you doing? How are you all doing today? Sonia, good morning. Welcome. Welcome into the morning tea / collaboration wrap up. Welcome to / the Paper and Pen Girls channel / we taking a break / we don't know for how long / all of that. Okay. Cindy, baby, good morning. I hope y'all had a good day yesterday. We surely did have a good day yesterday. It was a long day, but it was a good day. Come back for the replay. You enjoyed all the tips. Oh, awesome. Awesome. Thank you, Arlene. And love right in. A change I would make. Yes. Yeah. I've seen lots of changes that I'm going to implement. I'm going to test out and implement, just kind of, and I'll share with that as we go along what I'm going to be doing. Postal, good morning. What's up, girl? How you doing? Cindy, what up? What's going on, Cindy? What's going on? All right, so we're going to go ahead and jump in with a word of prayer, quick, and then we're going to go through this kind of quick, but you know, it's not necessarily going to be quick, because she loves to talk. Good morning. Heavenly Father, we thank you for your mercy and your grace. We thank you for keeping us thus far, oh Lord. Father, Lord, we pray that the things that we have learned, that we'll be able to implement them. On the things that we don't need, that we would put those out of our minds. Heavenly Father, help to keep us grounded in Jesus' name. Amen. So, the 25 days of planner tips, y'all, year number 6. I'm still like, I can't believe it's been that many. I want to say a special thank you before we even get started, right off the bat, to one of our favorite duo, Karen and King Wilson. Okay, let me just tell y'all, Karen has kept me afloat during this time with this collaboration. Karen has been communicating, sending out invitations. She's been jotting down like Karen has been the one picking up my slack, right? And so I want to say a special thank you to Karen, because she was like, Tamara, girl, get your life together. Who are we sending this invitation out to now? Tamara, right? She gave me a break when I needed a break, but then she was like, ma'am. And so I want to thank Karen so much, because she has helped me tremendously with the collab this year. Without her, it would not have gone as smoothly as it did. And it would not have been as planned and put together as it was, okay? Because she was there picking up all of my slack. So Karen, from the top of my head to the bottom of my toes and all the insides of my heart and all them chambers and stuff that we got in there, thank you very much. Exactly, the MVP, okay, is Karen and King Wilson, okay? Because they came through for me. So thank you very much, Karen. I so appreciate you once again, okay, for being the assistant of all assistants on this collaboration. So next, it's all of the people that said yes, okay, to sharing their tips in this collaboration. Because as we see, we've had some really valuable, really good tips, okay? And we're going to get into it. But I always appreciate each year when a content creator says, yes, I will do this, because it doesn't come easy for most. It takes time. It takes effort and energy to think about your tip that you're going to be doing, to be able to rearrange maybe your posting schedule, right? To accommodate what's being asked of them, to be able to film, edit, upload, to be able to do all of these things, right? For the collaboration. So it's no small thing that we ask, and it's no small thing that they've invested and given to us. So I appreciate every single person. And I appreciate when I watch the video and they share how this collaboration is one of their favorite things to do for the year, because it's still unbelievable to me. I will tell you this, and I was telling Mr. Techie this too. Like, it's still unbelievable to me when I send out the invitation. I'm still nervous. Like, I'm still nervous that they're all going to be like, no. They're all going to be like, who is you? We ain't doing nothing with you. You know what I mean? But they have said yes. And, especially like some who are some of my favorites, and I'm not going to tell you, right? But they're like, yeah, sure, no problem. Like, it's something that they love to do, and it's exciting. And I'm like, for real, I'm still in awe of that. And I fangirl them, you know what I mean? I fangirl them. So, that is so encouraging for me to hear that it's not a burden for them to do these videos. It's something that they enjoy to do, right? So, y'all keep on saying it. because it encourages me to keep pushing and to keep doing the collaboration, right? So I appreciate that. Let's get started with the wrap up. In previous years, we've just done a giveaway, and that's it. But I thought this year we should do something a little different, and that is to share the tips that I personally picked from these videos. Okay, hold on a second. Boom, decline that. Okay. I still hear it buzzing, but it's okay. Yeah, so I'm going to share with you the tips that I've personally picked. So day number 1, we had the amazing, well, day number 1, it was me. So it was the amazing paper and pen girl. So I told you one thing. Okay, so pick one thing. Just pick one thing. Figure it out. Pick one thing. And after you finish that one thing, you can then pick another one thing, right? Let's get past that. So day number 2, let me see if I can, is it stopped? Yeah, it stopped. My sisters were calling me, y'all. Sorry about that. So day number 2, who remembers who was day number 2? Who remember who was on day number 2? Because like she's the most amazing planner mama. And I say that, so you should, that's a big clue if you've watched previous collaborations as well. The amazing planner mama, and that is Sarah Plan. She was day number 2, and her tip was fabulous. So she said, use deadlines to your advantage, and she shared with us how she would use the different type of deadlines to her advantage, which is you put a deadline on your calendar and then you work towards that deadline. You use the clock deadline, which she said the shower closes at 10 p.m. I was like, Sarah, if you tell me the shower closed at 10, I ain't taking a bath that day. I'm just not about to take a bath that day. Well, that was such a great video. And she's like, I cannot use the shower after 10. So you have to make sure you get in there before that time, which I think mentally, psychologically, that's a great thing for those whose brain is going to work that way. Mine will be like, it's closed at 10. We're going to do everything we can until before 10 o'clock. We ain't going to go in that shower today. So that one wouldn't work for me with that, but it probably will work with something else. It says the timer deadline. Set a timer for any unpleasant task you really dread to do, and then do them in small intervals. I love that. Little doses of yuck. Like little doses of yuck, okay? Little doses of yuck. And I was like, Sarah, right? That's how I call her name, if y'all don't understand. And so I think she says small intervals with consistency. That's the key, right? Small intervals with consistency. Loved it. And then the next one was the keep moving deadline. Sarah, this one was me. This one was me. I was like, yes. And so she said she look at the clock and she'll put a timer to all the tasks that she's doing. Right. And she said, okay, I want to get this done by this time. I want to get this done by this time. So, well, I want to get this done by this time. I want to arrive at this place by this time. Once she finishes, if I'm going to the store, okay, I'm leaving my house at this time. I'm getting to the store at this time. I'm going into the store now. So I'm looking at the clock and I'm saying, okay, since I'm going into the store, I want to be in the store for 15 minutes. I got 15 minutes. So I want to leave out the store by this time. So she's using every step that she's making with a timer and trying to stay on time with herself, right? Just so it's like beat the clock, but beat your own clock. I love that task because I'm easily distracted. I'm so easily distracted. So having that time to be able to, okay, it's ticking. It's ticking. You got a time to adhere to. I love it. And we all got timer on our cell phones. We could set the timer on the cell phone and then let that be our guide. So I don't know what the excuse is, but I love that. Okay, let me read a comment. Good morning, Woodley. Welcome. The end of the month deadline for goals or projects. Yes. Okay. And one of the things I love about this collaboration is, did you find how all of the tips, they go together? They go together, like they kind of connect a lot of dots, right? Good morning, Linda. How are you? Welcome. The tips connected so many dots. I was like, that's it. So after this, I'm going to reread all of my comments and put them in order of how I need them to move for me, and then create, and then start moving through my plan. Okay, moving through my plan. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Then let's go to day number 3. Get it right. Let's go to day number 3. Day number 3 was plan with Lakin. Y'all know she fabulous. Y'all know she fabulous. Okay, and it says be realistic with your time frame. Come on now. Come on now. Be realistic. Raise your hands if you got a problem being realistic with your time. As far as how long is something going to take, how long you need to start getting ready before you have to leave for something. How long is it going to really take to do your hair? How long is it really going to take to do this? Do you have a problem having realistic times for your stuff? I've got a problem with that. So, it says make things smaller, which of course breaking them down. So break things down to make sure you have time for them. And then she says overestimate how long your task will take. We're usually either going to be over that or under that. So under the time that we think. So make sure you're overestimating. I don't overestimate. So overestimating is something that I'm going to add in. Okay. For me, I need to add that. So I'm going to add that in. Then it says leave space in your planner or your day for unexpected stuff. Leave a buffer. Leave a buffer. Like my buffer time is nap time. That's the only buffer time I have. It's nap time. Okay. So I need to leave buffers in my day. Okay. Looks good on paper until you realize you didn't think everything time was all the way. Exactly, Tanisha. Oh my gosh. Exactly. You look, you're like, I didn't think about that. So there was a quote that was in Lakin's video that I also wrote down, which is really good, by Matthew Kelly. It says most people overestimate what they can do in a day and underestimate what they can do in a month. We overestimate what we can do in a year and underestimate what we can do in accomplish in a decade. And I thought that quote was like, yes, and inspiring, because we put so much pressure on one day, not realizing that the days are going to add up, right? The days are going to add up. So try to leave that buffer. Don't put too much pressure on your day, but plan your day well. And I think all the other tips, of course, is going to help us to plan the day well. So I really loved that. Good morning, Deborah. How are you? You're welcome. So that was day number 3. Day number 2 was Sarah. Day number 3. Oh, so why do I have day number 3 2 times? Okay, so that was day number 3. Day number 4, where my pen at? Hold on, let me correct something. I was like, why do I have 2 times? Y'all see the confusion? That is her. Grown woman, good morning. Welcome. So next, it was pleasantly planned. And her tip was pick the most mundane task or your most mundane or your most dreaded task and get that done first. I think this one works differently for different people. So list in the comment for me or in the chat, which one do you get first? Like there's the most dreaded, the most mundane, the scariest. Like what is it for you that you would want to get done first? The most annoying task. Oh, I just hate doing that. I don't like doing that. It's just annoying. Or which one is it that you think you should be getting done first? Because I always pick what's the most fun and exciting and what is it that I feel like doing this morning? Yeah. So my retraining is going to kind of have to come with that in a small way, because there's another tip that I'm like, yes, I like it. I love it. And I'm going to live it like that. But anyway, so use a half sheet in your planner as a master to-do list. So this one is this video and another video, which kind of talked about the to-do list. But either ways, use a master to-do list. Do you have a master to-do list? Yes or no? Yes, master, no, master. To-do list, right? It says, don't write tasks in your planner till you do them. Listen. Don't write it until you do it. So I know this has been a struggle for us in the planner community too. It's like the rite of shame. Because it's like, well, I didn't write it in my planner that's what I wanted to do, but I wrote it in my planner after I did it so I could check it off. Y'all know that one? So this is kind of like permission to do exactly that. Like now I'm gonna be living my whole I did it, I'm gonna write it and check it off type of life. Okay. And says make a master timesheet, a master task timesheet. This to me was brilliant. This to me was absolutely brilliant, which is time yourself, not speed time, but regular time. Time yourself. How long does it take you to do tasks around your home? Tasks pertaining to your business. How long does it take you to do those tasks? And I think it was a great idea to have a timesheet of the things that you either dread to do and how long it took, like to do, how long it took, overestimated or underestimated, and how long it took. Just task, period. How long is it going to take me to do the dishes? How long is it going to take me to wash my hair and do my hair? Like if you segment that. So when it's time for you to do it, if you're like, oh my gosh, this is going to take so long, you can reference back to your timesheet and say, you know what? My mind is playing tricks on me. It's not going to take but 20 minutes for me to wash my hair, have it all deep conditioned, and I'm done. Right? My mind's just playing tricks on me. And I absolutely loved that. Also, with the master to-do list, everything stays on the master to-do list until I'm ready to pick what's the next one thing that I'm going to do. Then I'll pick it. I can write it in my planner and then check it off as soon as I've done it, because I'm doing it now. Right? And so those work together for me. I thought that was just really, really good in putting things together for me. Hey, Deborah. Deborah says, I know that I should do the hardest first, but you don't. You really, welcome to the club of procrastinators, honey. That tip reminded you of the book Eat the Frog. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. It says, do not do things that will set yourself up for failure. Give yourself grace. Listen. Do not do things that will set yourself up for failure, and give yourself grace. Beautiful, beautiful video, beautiful tips. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. Day number 5, which is EJ Joyful. Yes, Elizabeth. Right? It says finding margin when you absolutely have none. There are some people who are so busy or make their schedule so busy, but people who are absolutely so busy. And they're like, I don't got no time for that. I don't have no time for that. I don't have no time for that. I don't have no time for that. Right? And so one of her tips was to use an hourly planner to audit how you are spending your time. This is a phenomenal tip. Let me know if you've audited your time before. I've done that before for myself, and it really showed me where my high energy periods were, where my low energy periods were in my days, right? For each day, it also helped me to see like what times I was doing what particular tasks, because it seemed like there was certain time I was doing certain tasks, and I was like, is that beneficial? Is that the right time for me to be doing that particular task? And so it's very important for us to do that. But I have not done a time audit recently, so that's another thing I'm going to do is a time audit. Seasons change, and when the seasons of our life change, the way we do things is change. When we do things change. And so we need to do these audits on a regular basis, just especially when we have changes, right? Just to make sure, okay, how can I properly and effectively work in this new space that I'm in, right? And so I think that was very important. It says, write down everything you need to do in a day. We know that, right? But sometimes we need to be reminded, where can you make adjustments that will be more beneficial? So she was talking about, instead of using TV time in the evening, just use some of that TV time to meal prep, because meal prepping is going to make the next day for her so much easier, right? It's going to be so much better, so much more productive than having to be running around and frazzled in the morning. And so those are the type of things that when we do the time audit, we can see where we have those margins and what we're able to accomplish within those margin times. So day number 5 was great. Day number 6. Day number 6 is Plannerista 101. So let me just tell you, it says stop over scheduling yourself. Are you guilty of that? Like we know we are. We know we are because we want to get all the things done. And so we overschedule ourselves. So this was a great reminder to stop overscheduling ourselves. Not only stop overscheduling ourselves, but stop writing all them things in your planner. But we said we got to write down everything we need to do. But her tip was basically, listen, if it takes 10 minutes or less, just do it. You ain't got to write it in your planner. It's on the master to-do list. You ain't got to move it over to your planner. Just do it if it takes 10 minutes or less. I believe in a book it says 5 minutes, but she was like, do 10 minutes. And I think 10 minutes might be more realistic for a lot of us because I don't know a lot of things that take 5 minutes in my life, right? I don't know a lot of things that takes 5 minutes. If I'm gonna pick up unless it's maybe to look up a phone number, that might take 5 minutes. But a lot of other things is gonna take more. So she said, if it takes less than 10 minutes, just do the thing. Pick up to 4 major tasks per day. You'll get more done and reduce your discouragement, right? You'll get more done and reduce your discouragement when you do these things this way. So you're not having 30 things in one day or one thing for every hour of the day when you're like, well, wait, where's the sleeping time, right? So make sure you pick up to 4 things and help and don't set, and this goes back to the other one that says don't set yourself up for failure, right? Because when we pick too many things, we're setting ourselves up for failure. So I love this. It says if you need to separate each area of your life in your planner, then do that. This may help you with focus. Sometimes we want to be that 1 planner person, maximum maybe that 2 planner person, but our brains don't work like that. And this goes to another one of the videos. I'm telling you, they all connect. They all connect this year. But it's like, if you need to separate them so that you can focus, so that you can, when you're in home, you're in home. You're not getting distracted by another section, right? You're in one thing. And so if you need that to focus, then be sure to do that. And I think that's a great video, and saying it out loud has helped somebody. I know that. The next one, day 7. Plan with Elise. Align your planner with your goals. Now, this was really good too. Number 1, set your goals. Okay. What do you want the different areas of your life to look like, right? What do you want them to look like? It says, look at your upcoming months to see your monthly calendar, to see what you have coming up and what you can fit in. So after you thought about what you want the different areas of your life to look like, you got to say, okay, how can I, and you make your goals, you're like, how can I fit these goals into the life that I currently have, right? And see what's coming up. So we kind of have that good breakdown of our setting goals. Set weekly goals. You break them down. Review your previous week's task and what's still undone to be able to get that in, to get those in as well. The thing that she said that I wrote it down, I had to write it down because I was like, yes, girl, yes, girl, yes, girl. She said, life changes, sometimes for the better, sometimes for the worse, but our planners give us the power to evaluate, see what needs to be done, and really map out our dreams. Amazing, amazing. Amazing. I wrote it down. I even colored it, y'all. It got colored. I wrote it down and I colored it. Because isn't that like the purpose of our planners? Isn't that like the major overall, like really in a nutshell? Life changes, sometimes for the better, sometimes for the worse, but our planners give us the power to evaluate, see what needs to be done, and really map out our dreams. Love it. Love it. Love it. Okay. And I love her process as well. So I hope you found her video helpful because I loved her process too. If you follow Elise's channel, she makes just showing how she's doing her goals really easy on a monthly basis. So check it out. Date number 8, Rachel's plans. It was set up and follow your planner routine. Make adjustments when necessary. Set up and follow That's the part right there. That's the part right there. Okay. Set up and follow your planner routine. And that's the for this reason for the collaboration, getting from plan to done. And I have pretty much sticky note. I have two sticky notes for her. It says, and this her statement. It says, creating and following routines keep me motivated to complete them, which are the items. And I had to think about that because I've always wanted, I've always wanted to create routines, right? Anybody else wanted to create routines? But it's like I'll be like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, and I'm never, I don't do them. I don't do them, right? I write it, it sounds good, it looks good in my head, it looks good on paper. No. And another video is going to share, I think, why sometimes that doesn't work for me. But I love this. I love this because there are some routines that I really need to work on creating and keeping because they're going to be beneficial for me. And so I love that. Then I wrote down just, she got AM routine, she's got PM routine, she got all sorts of routines. So for me, I wrote down a list of routines that I want to try to start to create, things that I want to be able to do. She's got one that she checks her bank account like in the morning, just a little quick little check-in of the bank account. I was like, girl, I need to do that too, because I need to do that too. And it's really quick, really easy, really simple. Something that could be done while I'm laying down in the bed, right? Scrolling in the morning. So I need to make sure that I do that. Checking my planner for the day as a routine. And evening devotional, morning devotional, all that stuff. I loved it. So great video, and definitely some things that I'm going to be implementing for myself as well. Number 9 is shape budgets, and shape budgets was allow for flexibility. This was a beautiful video, and the flexibility also goes with allowing for margin, right? Finding out where you can find margin in your day. This is where I said I'm gonna be living my best procrastinator life. I think Shay's budget is the one that gave me like total permission. She was probably going to be like, well, that's not, almost maybe not what I meant, but it's okay, Tamra. So it says, she said, be my best procrastinating self. And that is exactly 2024. What Tamra is going to do is be her best procrastinating self. Did y'all remember that from her video? Did anybody remember that from her video? Because that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. And she talked about, it says, if you don't feel like doing one thing, don't be afraid to make a switch. So if you had that you were going to do the dishes and you don't feel like doing the dishes, but you're like, you know what, I really want to go ahead and sweep that living room, dining room, then go sweep the living room, dining room, right? Like, it's not set in stone that you have to do that. Of course, there are some people who are already on their routine and they, have their fly lady system. They've got all that stuff that they're doing, and that's great. That's great. But for those of us who are more flexible with our time, who we're just able to do that. And she made such a good point with that. And she said, when you are enjoying doing something, you're probably going to do a better job at that thing than if you were doing something you didn't like doing. You wouldn't do such a good job at that, or something you don't want to do. So make sure that you make that switch and do something else. 9 out of 10, you're going to get those things done. Maybe I just don't do the dishes this morning. Maybe I do the dishes later in the night. Maybe I get somebody else to do the dishes, right? But I love that. So it says, be mindful that necessary things do get done. So while you're switching those things, just be mindful still that the necessary things get done. Love it. Next day number 10. It says, do the most important things first. And this is by Katie, the Planner Channel. And it says, assign the task in advance. So whatever that one thing that you're going to pick, if you're the type of person that's able to assign it the night in advance, so you know what that one thing you're going to do first thing in the morning is, then get up and do that one first thing in the morning. Okay. So whatever it may be for you. So I love the fact that she gave flexibility to the days. So when it says do the hardest thing first, the most important things first, or whatever it is for you in the morning, it could be something different for that day. Like for her, she said that day was I needed to go for a walk. That was the most important thing for her that day. So it doesn't have to be like something for the home, something for someone else. It couldn't be something for you, like just as simple as going for that walk. That was the most important thing for the day because it helped to get her straight, get her mind right, all that stuff, right? And I love that thought. I it was all about, oh, being productive, but no, sometimes it's really about getting the mindset that you need for the morning. That might be the most important thing so you can do and tackle those things throughout the day. So I absolutely love that too. Day number 11, okay? And this is Mrs. Thinking of a Master Plan. And this is a yes as well. Do a self-assessment. How many of you have done a self-assessment? And I believe this is going to be harder than most of us may think as well. When we do assessments on ourselves, we tend to be, number one, harder. We tend to not know what to think or say about ourselves. And I find that for me at this point, it's like, ma'am, you should know. You should know about you. You should know some things about you. So I need for you to do a self-assessment. So I will be doing a self-assessment for myself. What do I know about me? And what you know about you will lead you to say, okay, this is what I know about me. This is where I would like me to be. And these are the necessary improvements that I need to make, or these are what I'm winning at already, right? So I'm good here, I'm good here, I'm good here. So I just need to improve here. So I think self-assessment is really good. Use all of your resources that we do have. Sometimes we don't know the resources that we have. So we need to also list those resources that we have. And that goes to Alyssa Nilani's video. We're going to get to that too. So list the resources that you have. Utilize those resources so that we can be our best selves. Set specific due dates of when you will work on your task towards a final product. And I love that. And she normally, I think, sets her due dates the day before because she likes to have that extra time as well. So beautiful video from Miranda. Mrs. Thinking of a Master Plan. Chloe Tree. Can we talk about Chloe Tree's video? Hey, Sue, good morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome into the video. So Chloe Tree was Chloe, day number 12, and she uses color coding to get things done. Are you a color coder? Yes or no? Are you a color coder? So let me share my color coding. I don't do it. I don't like it. I try it, and then by the next day, it don't go like that no more. It don't go like that no more. I use whatever color comes to my hand. I'm not going to be going around looking at no key. I'm not doing none of that. I'm not doing none of that. Absolutely not. But there is something that she does that I've done before and I really like doing, but then I fell away from doing it because a lot of us do that. We fall away from doing the things we like doing because we go chasing after something else or we just get lazy. But anyway, she color codes categories, right? She color code categories, which I absolutely love that. So basically what I could do is list my daily tasks that I have to do. And then if the tasks are in a certain category, then I could just put a different color dot by them. I'm not going to do more than like 3 dots. Don't get it twisted, nobody. I'm not going to do more than like 3 different color dots, maybe. Okay, in my planner. Ain't nobody got time for that. I ain't got time to play with that. So I thought that was really good. That was really good. So if it's home task, I would put these color dots next to it. But then if it's out the house things, maybe, then I would put a different color next to it. So it'd be like out the house. But that also might be irrelevant for me based on another tip. That's why I said I've got to put it all together and see how that's working, because I love the fact that in planning, if you don't like one thing, there's always another thing for you to try. There's always another thing to try that will work for you. And so I love that with Chloe's video is that whole dot, using the dot system and color coding in an easy and simple way. Easy and simple color coding. Y'all color coders be like, this is so nice and simple. You got 9 different colors. I'm not doing that. Oh my gosh. You bought erasable color mechanical pencils to try your hand at it. Okay, Sue, let me know, please. Sue, let me know how that works out. I'm really interested to know. You love color coding, catalog. Linda, oh my goodness. Tanisha, love color code. Don't use it as much since you don't use MakseLife Planner currently. Okay. But you do highlight your stuff. Very good. You know what I love doing these days, y'all, which I really didn't like it before. I love crossing out when something is done in my planner. Like before, I wouldn't cross it out. I would just do a little check, but I can cross that baby out now. Like I'm growing, y'all. I'm growing. Day number 13, Amber, plan your day. So break down your to-do list was her tip. And this is absolutely an important thing. Right? What are your non-negotiables in your day? What are the non-negotiables? Because sometimes we get caught up in the negotiables and we live there instead of what are the non-negotiables? If I don't get this thing done today, ain't nobody wearing clothes tomorrow. So I need to get at least 1 or 2 loads of laundry done because otherwise than that, nobody is wearing clothes tomorrow. So what are your non-negotiables for today? And you could do your non-negotiable first, right? So you could combine those two together. So we'll see. She has a breakdown for hers. And she said, must do. So her category must do is what's due today. It has to be done today. I love it. And then she's got should do. Well, I could do these tomorrow. Okay. But then today's should do's is going to be tomorrow's must do. Yeah. Makes sense. I hope that makes sense. And then she has a would be nice to do list. I ain't got to do them. They might be able to be done next month. I might not even need to do them at all, but it'd be nice to do them. So she's got those three things to break up her list: the must do's, the should do's, and the nice to do's. Me love it. Love it. For the planner girls, good morning. How are you? Welcome. And so the last one was evaluate the day and repeat. Pretty much that's how our planning should be, right? Evaluate the day and then repeat. I also have a note. It says all 20 things on the list feels like they must be done. That makes us overwhelmed. So we get none of them done. And I thought about that exact thing this morning. It's like everything feels like it must be done. And so we don't do anything. Maybe we do one. So, and then we start getting this mentality that Alyssa Nalani talked about, right? The I'm a loser type of situation. And she said that real is not the truth. And so I love breaking it down. Must do, should do, nice to do. Absolutely love it. Day number 14, Townsend House. The tip was single tasking versus multitasking. Let me tell y'all something. Single tasking is where I'm about to be living. Single tasking, well, I'm a procrastinating single tasker. Is my single task procrastinating? It might be. Okay, so the tip was to stack single tasking with time blocking. How many of y'all time block? Let me know how many of y'all time block. Time blocking is not necessarily something that I do, but I see the value of it. And time blocking is something you can combine with just free time planning, which is what I love. My brain loves free time planning. So many restrictions will cause my brain to just shut down. Okay, we will shut it down. So set specific time blocks and do tasks in one specific area of that time block. Let me just tell you something that is life-changing for me. Because like I just shared, if there's too much structure, my brain shuts it off. It's like structure is not accepted. For me, with my brain, I've got to allow it freedom within the box. Freedom within the box is what I've termed it. So there are those lines, right? Freedom within the lines. There are those lines that I've got to set and those boundaries, but I can't have boundaries within boundaries. It doesn't work for me. So with this time blocking, it would say, okay, from 8 to 12, it's media time. That gives me the freedom to pick anything I want to do within that media time. So I still feel like I'm in control. So this combination right here is really great and something that I'm going to re-implement. However, what was missing for me is how much time should I have in that time block? Because there are certain tasks in media that my mind hates, like editing. And so I have to be in a mind frame to do it. Y'all, when I tell y'all I hate editing, very good. Okay, so hence the reason this video also is alive, because I don't have the mental capacity, okay, to deal with that right now. There's just way too much in my life going on. And so I love that idea. And that's exactly what I'm going to go back to implementing, but being a little bit more aware by doing my time assessment for the day and getting to know me assessment as well. So have a transition time between the blocks, right? So have a transition. Don't just go from one to the other. Have a little brain break, a little downtime between each. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful tip. The results are going to be, you'll be more focused, you have more focused work, and you'll be more effective in each area. I wrote that for myself, okay? I wrote that for myself. And then look at your day and see where you can group things together. That's a note for myself as well. So thanks to Heather for that beautiful tip on day number 14. Day number 15, it was Julie's plan. Julie's plans, okay? And I wrote 2 things down for Julie's. And it says, get detailed about your list, which I love the details. I live in the details. I live in the details. Do you live in the details, or you just need that big high level note? I need the details. Like, okay, I don't need like the little foolish details, not the silly little details. Like, are you serious? Like, that's too small. But she said, don't put just clean house. Because I've been guilty of doing that. Like before, I used to do that, clean house. It's like, what exactly are you going to be doing in the house? So get a little bit more specific. So she's like, I'm going to dust the baseboards. I'm going to mop, blah, blah, blah. Make sure you're specific. You like the details too? I'm all about the details. That's why I need a daily planner, because a weekly planner does not give me enough space to write the details. Listen, I would be... do you know what gives me details too? If you look at, oh my gosh, what is this planning style? I've talked about it before. Oh my gosh. Like, it's kind of almost like you're journaling your day. That I need the details. Sometimes I need the, why am I doing this little thing? I need that too, because it's going to remind me why I'm doing it, so that to let me know it's important for me to do it. Sometimes when I go to the post office, why? That's not that. Go to the post office because you were supposed to mail this package 4 months ago. Oh, that's why I need to go to the post office, right? So I need that details to really give me that sense of urgency. Otherwise, I'm not going to have that sense of urgency just off the top. Like, I don't even remember what I had for breakfast this morning, much as you're asking me to remember why I needed to go to the post office to mail this one little thing. I could go tomorrow. And then tomorrow ends up being another 3 months later, because y'all already know I owe y'all some stuff. Oh, the shame of it all, So I need details, okay? To know why I got some stuff, okay? Tanisha, yes, it's probably been about 5 months now, honestly. It's about 5 months. Like, Jeez. I need to evaluate my life. I need to evaluate my life. Forgive me, y'all. I'm gonna get to it. I promise I'm gonna get to it. Now, migrate tasks over that didn't get done to the next day. Okay, migrate them to the next day. Hey, Hodgepodge, how are you? Welcome. So good to see you. So, yeah. For migrating it to the next day, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I don't want to fill the next day with the other day task, so I go ahead and I'll just go back and cross it out, especially if it's like just too many things. No, I'm not gonna rewrite that. I'm just not doing it. So I will go back to that day and just cross off, make sure I do the things, cross it off, and then I'll write what I need to do for the current day. Anybody got time for that? Day number 16, Mojo Jojo. Okay. And Mojo Jojo says, doing all the things is easier said than done. 100% true. 100% the truth. Okay. Doing it is easier. It's easier said than done. When you have too much going on, a top 3 that must be done that day, and do that and put the rest on a later list, period. Just put it on a list for later. Pick the top 3 because stuff is overwhelming. And I can 100% relate to her with that because that's the season that I find myself in currently, right? Is when everything is turned upside down, right? Your whole pot of rice, okay, is upside down. And you're like, if I pull this pot off, all the rice is going to be on the cover, all on the stove and on the floor. So how do you work with an upside down pot of rice, right? Do the top 3 for the day. And that just has to be enough for you. And that negative self-talk reel, we got to put that baby to bed. Okay. That has to be enough for you because there's too much going on. Give yourself grace. Give yourself grace. And we don't do that for ourselves enough sometimes. And sometimes we do too much gracing. But that was really good. And I love that. Now, next day, day number 17. Kristen, how to organize projects. Now, when I saw the title, I was like, no projects. But I knew the tip was going to be fantastic. And this brings in another more professional level of planning and organizing that applies also to our, life planning and organizing. And I loved it. Loved every minute of it. So it says, have planning pages where it's easily accessible, right? Accessible. So whatever project you're planning, whatever thing that you're wanting to do in your life, like is it accessible? Is the information accessible for you? Do you have the groundwork or the layout easily accessible? Do you have the details easily accessible? Because if you don't, then you're not going to know what you need to be doing at this particular day, this particular point, right? So be sure that the project that you're working on is really important and not just something to do for doing's sake. First of all, I was like, Kristen, stop calling me out. This goes back to what I talked about with the routines that I've said that I wanted to do, and I put some routines in place. The reason I think why I did not do them is because they just weren't that important. I didn't need to do that. I didn't have to do that. There was no reason for me doing that other than just I wanted to be better. Like, just be better for me. But like, it wasn't that important. And making sure that we're realizing that these things are not that important at this juncture in your life is going to make it so much better and easier for us. It's not that important. And if it's not that important, I'm just not even going to put it on my list, period. I'm just going to take that thing off because that's setting myself up for failure if I have that thing on my list. But what is important? Making sure that we're having the things that are important. She talked about, was it a quilt? Yep, she talked about a quilt. that she's been making for like 10 years now. What is my 10-year quilt? Them routines. Like, yes, them routines is the 10-year quilt. And so she'd been making it for that long. And when she really looked at it, it's like it was just something for doing sake. It was not that important. It was not that important. So I absolutely love that comment. That was like that comment right there alone was a gem from the whole video for me. With organizing the projects, right? She said, remove the mental load that often stops you from taking the next step. So getting things out of your head, planning them out, making sure you have the details is going to remove that mental load. And I often have that mental load because even when I brain dump and have all the stuff down on paper, don't you find that they're still rattling around in your head? I don't get people who are like, I brain dumped and everything is down and now my head is free and clear. Mine is not. It's not, right? I still have stuff in my head, but I'm glad that I have them down on paper. And now with planning out the details, okay, that I know that there's still things rattling around, but I'm okay with the fact that they can be rattling. They're on paper and they're not going to get lost, right? The important things are on paper. She said, number one, embrace your imperfections and just be you. Number one, embrace your imperfections and just be you. Another tip that was worth the whole entire video. Okay. Embrace your imperfections and just be you, which goes back to Shay Budget's video for me, which is being my best procrastinating self all of 2024 and loving it. All of 2024 and loving it. Another thing, that she said is that she had a lot of projects that she's planned out, a lot of stuff that she's done, and a lot of methods that she's tried to use, and a lot of them has failed. And that acknowledgement also offers freedom to us sometimes, like me. Like, we like to know that people have failed at some things too. We don't like to think that we're the only one out here failing. Good morning, Diamond. How are you? Right? We don't like to think we're the only one not doing it right. Like we haven't gotten it right. We have not gotten it right. And so that I love that admission. Thank you, Kristen. And then she stepped on my toes. She was talking about using, supplies and stuff that she had. And her statement was to use all of our pens on our markers, because she said, you have a ton of markers and pens. You don't use them enough. Why? Why is you calling me out? Why? Good morning, Kayla. Good morning, Tiffany. Why are you calling me out, Kristen? I feel like she just called me completely out. Okay? Don't call me out about my markers and my pens, okay? We ain't trying to go there. But I had to write it. I wrote it down, y'all, in color. Y'all see this? In color. Because I'm like, why is she calling us out like this? But it is the truth. And this year, as you can see, I'm using my markers. I'm using my stuff. Sue, okay? So I'm using my markers and stuff like that, my highlighters, in pretty much everything. So you are absolutely right, Kristen, as well. So day number 18, we getting there, y'all. We getting there. Day number 18, what Carrie Harling, the amazing Carrie Harling. Okay. I got 2 pages. This is Carrie's notes. And Carrie said to create a hub. Her hub is her weekly layout. Create a hub. Her hub is her weekly layout. And in her hub, everything that is time sensitive goes there, and the stuff that needs to happen goes there. But those are broken down items. So what needs to happen this week? Those are broken down items from another sheet. Where does she get the stuff from the hub? It's her inbox section, okay? Which lists all that needs to be done and all the due dates. She's got a hub. She's got the inbox section, which lists everything that needs to be done with the due date. Or you can have your master to-do list. You can put due dates on that, taking the stuff from the master to-do list and bringing them over into her hub, which is her weekly section as well. Absolutely love that. On her weekly, she has things, 2 columns, things that's timed things and task things, timed and task. And I thought that was great for her. So, my planner is the Erin Condren Daily Duo. And it has a time section and it has a list section. So I've got to now figure out a better plan. I think I utilize it pretty well when I need it now, but I need to figure out how to make it even better, because I know it can be better based on some of these tips. One of the comment that Carrie makes, and she makes this quite often, and I mentioned this before, is create a system that flows with your brain and not against it. I just spoke about having boundaries, but having freedom within the boundaries. My brain needs that in a system. It has to feel like it's free within the boundaries. If it doesn't, it's not going to work. It's not going to work for me. The main point of creating our planner system, note from Carrie, love it. It says it's a seamless flow of information. It's to create a seamless flow of information. How you can put information in easily and not lose it. You can find it without having to hunting, and know what I have to get done and when easily. Like, doesn't that sum up what we want, y'all? A place where we can put information in easily so we don't lose it. Well, and not lose the information where we put it, to find it without having to go hunting through 15 pages for it, and know what I want to get done and when easily, with ease. Oh my gosh. I'm like, yes, that's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. So I loved her video. And it says to plant the purpose that she plans is wonderful. It says she plans to her purpose to plan so that she still have time to breathe, time to spend with family, etc. Why are we planning? She's planning to make sure that she can see where she has time to breathe, that she can still breathe, not where she has time. That's the wrong way. She's planning so that she can make sure that she has time to breathe and spend with her family. That train of thought, y'all, is a little different for me. It's not planning to get things done. It's not planning to be more organized. It's not planning to be more productive. It's planning so that I can breathe and I can spend more time with my family. That is life-changing for me. That's life-changing for me. What's going to be the reason why I plan? Not to be productive, because we want to do that. Not to be more effective, quote unquote. Not to all of that. But what's the bigger reason? What's the deeper reason behind all of these things that we're doing? That food for thought. And so I love that. Let me read your comment. Brina, good morning. You have to use yours. You tried to use a few at a planner meetup, and they were Brina said my markers were dried up, honey. And stickers are washi that will not stick. Brina! Brina, good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Brina. Let us not keep them until they're dried out. Day number 19. We coming close, y'all. We coming close to the end. Day number 19. Amanda's favorites. Amanda's favorites. It says, plan your day according to your rising and falling energy levels. And this, and this, oh, oh boy. And this is what we talked about when I talked earlier about, making sure that you're using like the hourly layout or the some time, make sure you have some time in your planner or sheets, right? Whatever you want is make sure you're having that listed so you can see when is my high energy period, when is my low energy period, because we have those in our day, right? We have those in our day. It does not make sense to try to go build a house after you've eaten lunch and all you want to do is take a nap and you've already done some heavy lifting task earlier the day. You're not going to be able to manage that, right? You're not going to be able to handle that. And so what you want to do is to make sure that when can I do checking easy, simple tasks when my energy levels is not that high, when it's low, like organizing my email, like responding to email, because I could be laying in the bed. Of course, I might fall asleep, but that's not the point, right? I can do these low energy tasks now because I'm at that low energy period. And then when you know that your energy is going to pick back up again, you can now schedule those tasks for high energy. Okay. So place your task in your day based on your energy level. Consider your energy level when you are planning your ideal routines. Okay. Because again, for me, I wanted to do all these things early in the morning when I'm like, nah, that's not, this is relaxing time, early in the morning, getting my mind right time. That's what that is. That's what, don't do it. And then after 11:30, don't talk to me. After 11:30, I'm down until maybe 1, 2 o'clock. And then it's like, okay, the energy comes back again, right? So I have maybe like 3 periods a day. That's like a high energy period. And then there's a certain point a day that it's like, I'm finished. There's nothing else. Like by the time it reaches about 7:30, 8 o'clock, don't ask me for nothing. Don't ask me to do anything. Don't ask me to think about anything, because any response that you get from me, it might not be valid. Okay, because that is sleep time. My brain has clocked out for the day. My reasonable thinking, my sensibilities, everything has clocked out for the day at that point. Okay, so it's a wrap. It's nighttime. It's nighttime. Okay. So that's that. Day number 20. Okay, let's see who came in. Let me greet somebody who came in. Amara, good morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Megan, good morning and welcome. If I did not greet you, you know that happens to all of us. It really does. Diamond, it does, but I'm telling y'all. But at least it happens to most of us in private though, Diamond. Brina didn't test her stuff before she went to a meetup. Brina, I'm sorry, but it's funny. We laugh. Brina, the moral of the story is test your stuff before you take them in public. Okay. Where are we? Where are we? Day number 20. Hold on. It's hot. Oh, Okay. 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 You bought some double-sided tape? Too expensive. Exactly, Rena. Oh, oh my goodness. Listen. Okay. So y'all. Oh, oh, Diamond. Diamond. So listen, let's test all of our stuff. Can we make sure we test all of our stuff? Make sure you test your markers and your pens and your things. Y'all need to go through them, okay? Go through them ASAP. You only got like a week left before 2024. Don't go into 2024 with some dried up markers, some stickers that can't stick. Okay, we will go through with some stickers that can't stick. There's too much stickers to go through. Test your markers and your pens, okay? Because your pen don't ink, the inking ain't inking no more. The inking ain't inking no more. Okay? Fix it. Fix it. Planner girl, listen, respect your planner supplies. Respect your planner supplies. I cannot. Diamonds, I'm gonna throw this whole desk in the trash if these markers don't start marking. Okay, all right. Can we get back to the regularly scheduled program? Why y'all always got to make me be on here for so long? Okay, this is it's too long. Hey, you may have a double-sided tape lately. Some of your die cuts were screaming to be stick. Yes. Oh my goodness, I can't get it together. Let me see what Amara said. Said all the ones that are marking. Thank you, Amara. I appreciate it. Listen, Amara is like my pen. She's my pen supplier right now. She's my pen dealer. Okay, she's my pen dealer. That girl got pen for years. Okay, decades. That girl got pen for decades. Look, Amara, we using them, girl. I'm using the mess out of them because they is some good pens. Y'all, I promise you that I do not like normally speak like that, but I do. They some good pens. They some good pens. Like I actually know how to speak English like that. Yeah. But they some good pens. So I use the mess out of them. I don't know, I think she gets is a lot of them from Cloth and Paper, Boo? Is that what they from? The CP sub box? Listen. Thank you. I appreciate you. I just appreciate you, just so you know that. Very good. So let's go. Day number 20 of the collab. These are my notes. Y'all better be making your own notes, okay? These are my notes. Diamond, this is the Shands Spinball Gel. I'll take a picture and send to you. Is it Shands, SHANDS, or is it Shanos, SHANOS? I don't know. I got like them close to 50 years old eyes. So I would take a picture and I'll send it to you. But let me tell you something. These things write good. Look, they write good. It write really well. So I'll take a picture and send it to you. Okay, day 20, Saray, project planning your task through the slump. This right here, love it. Okay. Project manage your way through tasks in your daily life. So she's applied it to her work life, but now she's applying it to her daily life. Right? So you project manage, and I love that phrase. So you project manage your way through your task in your daily life. She got Post-it notes and she write the title of the main task or project on there, and then underneath it she would write the steps that need to be done for that particular thing. Like if you want, you could work on that one Post-it note, but you'll have that one first step. What's the first step that I need to do? And that's how you break it down, right? So you've broken it down and you got the steps. So you pick one step through your slump. You already have the information that's needed, right? In order to make a step, you already have the information to make a step. a lot of times it's because we're like, I don't even have the brain power to plan out all that needs to be done. And so we take what's so overwhelming, what's so big, and we bring it down small, and we take that one thing off of that list, because even that list can sometimes be big. Take that one thing off of that list, and then you do that one thing. See how that even ties back around to number one, tip number one, right? Keep it in a visual area and choose what task can be done that day, and then you move the task forward if it can't be done, right? But you choose the task that can be done that day. So for me, I've tried before to do like a Kanban board in my planner. Not that no work for me. So what I'm going to do is actually do kind of like a Kanban board, but not necessarily fully in that manner. I'm going to take it like, okay, this month, this is the thing that I need to do. These are the different areas of my life. And I'm just going to be pulling the one task and putting the one task and picking those things from that task. It's visual, right? It's more visual. And I think that's something that I'm missing, is the big visual, not the planner, small notebook visual. I need that stuck a big on the wall. So when I wake up in the morning and I'm looking at the wall, oh yeah, okay, so I see that I really need to be focused today because I've got these things. I need to pick one. I'm going to try that. Now, granted, all these things that I'm telling you I'm going to implement, it's going to be throughout maybe the first, and if the first quarter of 2024 is not long enough, the second, also the second quarter of the year. So maybe half a year. I'm not going to rush myself through this process because this process is very important. It's vital. It's vital because this is how we as planners really and truly stay organized and get things done that we need to, and stay on top of things and get to our goals. And so it's vital. And if I'm going to be working towards creating a system that is going to help me to be even better, I need to take the necessary time and not rush through it. So I'm going to take my time to do it. Okay. So this will help to visualize the to-do list. And having them is going to seem less overwhelming over there than every single thing that's in the head. Just pulling out a few things, dashing it on the wall is going to seem less overwhelming than having everything in my head. And that's why I say that I don't want the whole year broken down, even the whole quarter on the wall, because that might be too overwhelming still for my brain. So I need to break it down and only have those smaller tasks. Doom, 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 right on the wall. Sound effects for y'all. I know you like it. Okay, so this will enable me to better able to manage my time because I am not waiting for the perfect moment to get it all done. I'm focusing on 1 mini task at a time. Bam! That to me was like, what? I'm not waiting for a perfect time. I'm just focusing on 1 mini task at a time. And this is, remember, keep in mind the title, right? It's project planning your task through the slump. So project manage. That's my whole life is about to be project managed. I'm a project manage my life. That's all. A project manage the life. Okay. So I love this. Day number 21. Ilissa Nalani. Y'all, I got 2 pages. It was so good. I wrote on the left side as well. I wrote on the left side. It was so good. It was absolutely so good. Okay, so now that I have a playlist of the channels, so now that the videos have been posted, what I will do is go back through the entire list and I will capture the direct videos and I will put them on a playlist on my channel for 2023. And it will be titled the 2023 25 Days of Planner Tips. Okay, so you will be able to get it here as well. Okay. But that will be available. Give me a couple days. For that. Give me a couple days. Okay. And listen to Lonnie, gather a set of resources. One of our tips further back had talked about making sure that we have the information, utilizing all of our resources. Miranda, I believe it was, utilizing all of our resources. Yeah, but where's those resources? Alyssa Nalani talks about gathering a set of resources. Number one, what do you want to do when gathering a set of resources? Awareness. She says you can't fix a problem if you don't know what the problem is. So we're in between planning and doing, where in between those things, this thing's going wrong for you. You got to know, where is it going wrong? Because there's a disconnect somewhere for you. Number two, after you know what the disconnect is, what style of planning is going to work best for you? Combined with paper, digital, what layouts, all of that stuff, right? How do I work best with information? How do I work best with information? That's your style. How do I work best with information? The three, building a hub of information and having information on hand that you may need throughout the entire year, right? Her personal assistant, which is what she calls her main hub, is a Moterm ring. Let me just tell you, for the planner girls, ring bound planning, personal size is where it's at. If y'all don't know, let me just tell y'all that, and mini happy planner size. I'm just saying. And A5 size, but not A5 like ring bound planners and stuff like that. No. A5 daily. So she's got a personal, that's where she keeps her hub. She has 6 categories in, let me just tell y'all, I'm about to have my 6 categories too. Okay, it might be 7. No, it might be 8 or 9. Let me not lie. But she has her categories for her life, just the flow of her life. And every piece of information is going to fit in one of those categories. Y'all, I absolutely love it. So she has that plus a filing cabinet, and then she has a larger, bigger overview that she has digitally, right? So those three tools are what she uses to house all of the information resource, right? So that's where she housed the main resource. So it will go from the digital arena, broken down into her personal assistant that is ready and available. Anything she needs, anytime she needs that information is in there. Okay. And then she has a filing cabinet for receipts and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Like stuff that she can't keep in her personal assistant. The filing cabinet holds it. I'm loving it. Okay. So that's going to help us to be more organized. This is what she said. And I also think this is a perfect illustration or representation of what we want. But she like so eloquently puts it, like I'm using hers, I'm writing it down. So she said, create ways that you can receive and give and process and collect information so that when it comes time to make a decision, to complete a task, to do that next step in a project, when it comes time to get up out of the slump, you have at least the start of what you need to get that done. I mean, like, how much more perfect can you put that? How much more perfect can you put that? I ain't got nothing else to say on that. So I put that there. Okay. I wrote it. So you're creating that instead of information. I've got everything I need at my fingertips. At any given time, I have everything I need at my fingertips to be able to get up out the slump, to get, just like how I would have that small, what's the very next task on the board? I'll already have it on the board and or in the planner, right? So that's her set of resources with her information. If you have not seen her Live Well system, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and take care of it. Take care of looking at that, because her Live Well system is really nice. It says, so for me, I'm gonna create new inbox create inbox categories where each piece of information fits into. That's something I'm going to do because she's got, those are her inbox categories: live well socially, live well environmentally, blah, blah, blah. Okay. She got 6 of them. Evaluate my information collecting and ease of movement of information process. I've got to do that for myself. Does my information move seamlessly and easily? Her and Carrie's video, bam. Okay. As well. And then she also talks about how unfinished task leads to negative self-talk. That negative self-talk reel is lies. Whatever it's telling you lies. So don't believe it. She said it can be very loud. I loved her video. She said it can be very loud. And so we have to make sure that we're able to combat that. Beautiful video. Day number 22. Day number 22, knit, plan, Jess. Pre-plan in the most effective way. Are you pre-planning in the most effective way? Now, first of all, let's talk about Jess, because Jess talked about my sticky notes. If there's one thing that we're not going to do, if there's one thing that we're not going to do is talk about my sticky notes. Everybody knows how much Tamara loves her sticky notes of all kinds. What we're not going to do is talk about my sticky notes. But she talked about the sticky notes, y'all. She said, ditch the sticky notes. So I had to give her a side eye for that one. Okay. I had to give her a side eye for that one. Because she talked about ditching the sticky notes. We will not ditch the sticky notes. As ineffective as it might be, we will not ditch the sticky notes because they're cute, they're pretty, and I like them. They help me to write on the sticky note and stick it on the page that I don't want to write on. That's all. AKA exactly what I did a couple pages back here, but then I had to try to talk to myself about just write on the page, girl, just write on the page. I had to talk to myself. But anyway, her video was great. Use a tangible list that will be in a notebook that will be with your planner. So in order to pre-plan effectively, you have to be able to find the information. Like, you got to find the information. So as you can see, I have this notebook. What am I writing here? I don't know. I have this notebook right here that I am putting all of this, as a matter of fact, all of this 2023 video notes in, 2024 video notes. It has space for that. And y'all, it has 2022 video notes in here as well for it. So you'll want to create a space that's going to be with your planner. However, I do have one of these that goes with my planner for 2024. Okay. So it's going to be where I will keep that long to-do list. One of the places, I should say, because I'm testing out systems. So it will be this. It will also be other items that I'm testing out, but this mainly on a regular basis, even for 2023, I have one of these as well. I'm learning, I'm practicing being consistent in keeping all of the notes and thoughts and ideas in one place. I'm not very good at that. Let me just tell you, I'm not very good at it, but I'm getting better. So, because I'm coming from a place and a space of writing on everything, everywhere. I write on the printer paper. I write on the back of envelopes, whether it's got something in it or not. I'll write on sticky notes. I'll write in notebooks. If there's a free space, I'm going to write in it. I'm going to write on it. So I'm coming from that place into being sure that I'm walking around with this, or I'm having, like, here's one at my computer. Hold on. Like, this is my computer. Here's one sitting at my computer right now, right in here. So having one sitting on my computer. So if I'm here, I can jot down notes in that. If I'm at my other computer, because 9 out of 10, when I get up from here, I'm not grabbing that to bring with me. I have one at my other computer. I can jot down notes there, but making sure that I have one place that I'm reconciling the both to, right? So it's still a process. I'm learning, and it's taking time for me because we gotta work with the brain. But that's super important. And I have seen the value in making sure that when you're pre-planning all of your stuff is in get all the information from all the different sources into one spot. Okay. So my master to-do list, my master everything needs to be in something like this. Okay. Next thing was a whole freedom. It was a whole freedom statement. It was a whole freedom statement. As a content creator, one of the things that I've struggled with, and for any content creator that's on here, and I know there's a couple, it's always been a struggle between waiting to decorate my planner so that I can write my task in it, and then feeling like there's certain things that I can't write in that planner because it's going to be on social media. So where do I put that information and keep that information? And so therefore, sometimes the planner doesn't get decorated. No plans get wrote in it because now the week has already passed. Everything is already done and I don't back plan really, right? You know what I mean? And so it's always been a struggle for me for that. In here, in her video, she has a pre-plan planner. That's what she calls it, a pre-planned planner. And then she has her decorative planner. I have been trying to do that as well, but y'all, just writing the information for like a third time, I don't want to do that, but I want to do that. How do I put it together? The fact that I want to do that, but I don't want to do that. I want to do that because that will solve so many problems for me. And I don't want to do that because I don't want it to seem like, well, I'm only having this planner just to decorate for YouTube. I want to show you my functional planner, but then I can't show you my functional planner because my functional planner is going to have all these information and things in there that you can't see. See the dilemma? So this here has given me the freedom to be okay with having a planner just to use on social media so that you guys can see, you know, the decorating that I could do, would do, should do, that I am doing in that planner, and then writing in the plans in that planner. Okay. Because I would love to go back to doing my horizontal, but that's a weekly and I can't be putting all my plans in now. So I've been doing my dailies. Y'all, dramatic. So we'll see how that works out for 2024. But this gave me, like, when I tell you this gave me the freedom, and that's another one of the reasons why I do these collaborations, because I have found, and y'all let me know if you found this too. I have found that when I hear someone verbally say and do the thing that I've wanted to do, and that they're doing it well and like it's okay, it immediately releases something in me. It immediately releases something in me. And it's like it frees me to do the thing too. And it's weird because it's like I can do it. Like I don't need permission, but I need permission. I don't know what it is. And that just like, earlier in my planning career, it was to cut the sticker. I never wanted to cut a sticker, y'all, until I saw, I don't remember who it was, cut the sticker. And I was like, oh, I'm going to chop this sticker to pieces. And then I started cutting stickers and doing, we call it sticker surgery. The sticker surgery was born because we surgically enhance all stickers all the time. You understand? We do that. And we're not perfect at doing it, but we do that. So it's like that permission, something snaps and releases. And it's like, yes, I immediately, y'all, there was a planner that I was eyeing for that exact purpose. And there was a planner that I was eyeing, and I immediately went to the store looking for this planner, and I was able to get this planner at 40% off. You understand what I'm trying to say to you? You understand? You understand? So, yes, Yes, I will do a planner lineup video like this. Yes, I will. So that was day number 22 with Knit Plan Jess. Day number 23, y'all, 23 with My Crafty Plans. The tip is to group like items together, which is also a very good tip. We've talked about several of these. She puts it in like buckets, like buckets. So for her, what she said is, where are these tasks being accomplished? Are they being accomplished in home, out the home? You know, where? Online? Where are these tasks being accomplished? And how are they being accomplished? That's how you put them in like buckets. Example, so if you have computer tasks, you could group your computer tasks together. So it might be checking the bank accounts. That's a computer task. Responding to emails or deleting emails, because y'all know we still trying to work on deleting our emails in our email boxes from 2020. We're still trying to work on that. So maybe it's that. So group those items together. And that's a tip that's great. Goes back to someone else's tip that said similar thing. Group the tasks together. Then imagine I'm going to add, by grouping the tasks together, I'm going to add, Chloe from Chloe Trees tip to that, which is the color coordinating. So even though I know I have computer tasks, is it a finance related task? Like, what area might it be in? I may do some of that some days, right? When necessary or when needed as well. Or maybe even if it's just to highlight one or two, maybe there's a most important task in each of those buckets that I'm going to be creating. And I need to highlight that most important, that this one, if you don't do any of the other ones, you got to do this one, right? So maybe I'll do something like that. But that was really good for me. And she mentioned that she had an email flagging system. Y'all, why y'all didn't mention that to me about an email flagging system? Okay, y'all know I don't mess around with technology things. That's not my lane. Okay, paper things is my lane. And so I've got to now go watch a whole 55 YouTube videos just to make sure that I'm doing the right thing and do the thing. Listen. This is drama it creates when y'all gotta make me gotta go find something new. Okay. So I gotta do this email flagging system as well. But that buckets is really good. Day number 24. Now, day number 24 is Lacey. Lacey's sick, y'all. Lacey's sick. And so Lacey will do her video. She has not done her video yet as to when I checked for it, I think yesterday. She has not done her video yet, but she is sick. So she will get her video out as soon as she can, but the girl is sick. So cut the girl some slack. Okay. She'll get it done, as well. Have planners that I decorate to just, to use your stash. And that's what you show. Okay. Oh, good, Amara. Wonderful. You only have sticky notes in your planner, Brina. Brina is like, I could take the sticky notes out and use the whole planner again because I'll write in it. Brina, I love you. I love you, Brina. So day number 25, which is the last day of the collab, is for the planner girls. Which I love her tip. Does your planner have space for the things you want to do? I was like, what you mean? What you mean? Of course it does. I write all of the things I want to do in the planner. But it was, if you take a look at your overall schedule, if you take a look at your planner, does it have space for what you need it to do? There are times, and it goes back to the information and the flow of information. There are times that there are things that are missing from your planner or your planner system, right? There are things that are missing. We want to do financial things, but we don't have space for financial things in our planner. There's nothing in there for it. We're writing, we want to track our spending, but guess what? We don't got a spending log in there. We want to make a budget, but we don't have any type of budget worksheets in there. So does your planner have space for what you need? So if you want a goal plan or a meal plan, are you using inserts for that, right? Do you have things necessary to show that I've got this space carved out in my planner? And it goes back to having those sections in your planner again, right? To make sure that the information that you're collecting, which is information that you want, the information that you want to put, you want to track in there, what section is that going to go in? Where is it going to fit in your planner? So I love that. Then there was a comment that says, create a flow for how you want to navigate your planner. And this was like that was like the diamond right there for me. Create a flow for how you want to navigate your planner. And I think one of the things that I've been searching for is, how do I navigate my planner the way I want to navigate my life? From morning till evening, not necessarily just putting sections in my planner. And I hope this makes sense to y'all, because, you know, sometimes my explaining ain't explaining. I want to be able to, when I get up in the morning, what's that? Or when I wake up, I can't say get up in the morning because it might not be morning. When I wake up, what do I want to do when I wake up? After I wake up, what do I want to do after that? And how do I want the day, you know, now that when I know the high energy flow, the low energy flow, like how do I want that day to flow? Because the days add up to the weeks. So how do I want the days to flow? And I want my planner to flow like that. So as I'm flipping through each section of my planner, it's each moment or each time frame in the day. Not, I've got to flip 2 sections over. I hope that makes sense. Does that make sense to anybody? Now I can have like miscellaneous or other sections in the back for the information system, but I want my planner to flow like my day. And that has evaded me. That has evaded me because I've been caught up on sections and using the layout, the way that I have the layout, the way the layout is. This is a monthly planner, right? So not a monthly planner. This is my EC horizontal. You got your monthly, you got your productivity pages, you got your weekly, but that's not how my life flows. That's not how my day flows. So I need, from all of this planning into whatever is going to be my personal assistant, how does my day flow? And so that's something that I've got to work on. And I'm seriously going to work on that for 2024, which is why I said I'm going to do that for the first quarter. That's my focus. Like, that's my one thing. That's my one thing, is to get my planning system right. And so I'm going to be on a regular basis focusing on things to get that done, evaluating things. Does it make sense to do that or not? Because sometimes we want to do things, but in the end, it doesn't make sense, right? Does it make sense to do that or not? How can I do that? Would the planner that I want to use have space for everything, for that and that resource? Because maybe I could do that as at the front section of my planner and then having that resource section in the back. You know what I mean? Like, does it have space for that? Am I going to need something larger? Now, is this thing going to be too large? Is this something that I'm going to be carrying with me on the go, or is it going to stay at home? And if it's staying at home, like, what am I going to use when I'm on the go? What type of information am I going to need when I'm on the go? Do you see how this one thing raises like so many questions? Mm-hmm. And all of these questions need to be answered in order for me to create that thing, So it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. And so, yeah, that's what I'll be working on for 2024. Dismiss that, y'all. The clock just said it's time to get off the morning tea. I'm coming. Kathy, what's up? How you doing? Candace, hello. How are you? Adding to your to-dos more often and schedule your fun days and times. That's what you're going to be, that you're taking and you're going to be adding, Kathy. That's beautiful. Jill, what up? You moved to an ECA5 agenda, and inserts have been helpful. You really like the idea of putting things in order of your days. Okay, Jill, yeah. So for me, that's how I wanted to kind of flow, right? Flow from when I wake up, not necessarily time specific, but from when I wake up, this is what I want to do, high energy period, this want to do this one, this is how I want, kind of like my ideal day, but realistic ideal day. Not the I wish it was like this, but how it actually is. And then having, this is what I would want to improve and how am I going to improve it, and making sure that that improvement is put into the into the flow of things. So let me see, anything else? So for day number 25, to finish that off, identify. That's number one, is to identify. Number two is to keep track. And number three is to create a moving flow. So identify, what I want to do. Is there a space in it for my planner? How am I going to keep track of it? And then create that moving flow, which that flow is what I'm seeking at this point as well. So that wrapped up the collaboration for the 25 days of Planner Tips 2023 edition. Can y'all imagine? That's been like 1 hour and 45 minutes worth of information from these videos that I've gotten. And I know that you guys have gotten even more than that, what I've received from this collaboration. Such good information, y'all. Oh my goodness, for 2023. Like I said, I think this is one of the best lineups, like, thus far. It's probably like my favorite one, because it's got such good usable things for me. Not to say the others didn't. Like I said, they were all good, but man, I'm excited to go into 2024 armed with these tips, and going to now put together a good flow of a plan, right? Project manage it so that I can figure out what the system is that's really going to be good for me. Because they've got some people who's figured it out for the most part, gotten the base of it. And yeah, I need to make sure my foundation is good as well. Storm, how are you? Very good. That is absolutely wonderful. That's what we call, you have achieved planner maturity, right? So some of us are still trying to figure out our system. Some of us are wanting to improve our system. Some of us are okay with our planner system. Whatever or wherever you find yourself at, I pray that this year coming up, 2024, is going to be a year that you get to where you want to be. And I hope you've already figured that out. Like, have you figured out what you want out of 2024 yet? Yes or no? Have you figured out what you want out of 2024 yet? I use, and it's over there, I use my power sheets, Cultivate What Matter power sheets. And that is like I guess that's my base. That's my foundation. And each year I tend to lean on it and use more and more and more of it to be able to figure out, who do I want to be in 2024? What are the things that I'd like to do in 2024? My thing is legacy, right? So my thing with power sheets is legacy. What kind of legacy am I going to create in 2024 in all areas of my life, right? All the areas of life that they've got. I want to create legacies. And so coming from that higher level of goal planning with legacy as a focus, and I want to be able to have that flow through every single part of my planning, from my goal planning to my monthly and weekly planning to my days, legacy, planning. And so these tips should be able to help me be more organized, put things more together to create a more effective flow of information from the top, trickle all the way down to the bottom, and make it easier for me to do the task that's necessary because they're so tiny that to not do them is just like ridiculous. It's ridiculous, Tamara. Get it done. All you're doing is getting a phone number. Tamara, get it done. Right? So that's where I'd love to be for 2024 when it comes to planning. You got so much out of the videos and just trying to have a system that works for your business and personal without having too many pieces to look at. Simplified but effective. Yes, Kathy. Absolutely. Let's talk about the simplicity, like, I'm trying to do the same thing, Kathy. I prefer to have one view, right? My mind works better when everything is on one view like this. Like, just give me everything here. But it's hard to fit everything here when your handwriting is as big as mine. Just give me everything on one view. I need to see the whole, and which is why my budget planner is set up the way it's set up. And I'm actually going to share that in a video sometime throughout 2024. But I need to have everything at one view so that I can make a proper decision. Okay. But I find that in order for me to get to one view, I've got to have all these other separate planners. And as much as I don't want to, I need to. And so I have to settle myself in my mind with that. You need it. I know you don't want it, but you need it. So just do it. That's the part that I have to settle on. I would love to just be a one planner person, a planner and a notebook. I would love to do that, but it's not possible for me right now. There's too many pieces. There's too many pieces and too many things. And so I have to settle with that. And I have to make that as fun as I can and as seamless as I can as well. But simple, I would love to have one single planner and a notebook and that be it. But no, no, she already, no, probably like, yeah, that won't work. Okay, so here is the conclusion of the matter. I want to thank you all for participating in the collaboration. Make sure you go back and check every single video out. Make sure you leave a comment on every single video. Every person that created the content took their time and effort and energy to do this for you, for every person to watch to get information, which we see is valuable. So please go and comment on their videos if you have not done so already. Also, be sure to leave a comment on this video. When it finished posting, leave a comment and let me know what was your favorite tip, period. What was your favorite tip, period? Make sure you listen, pay attention. On the chat, it's not going to count. You have to leave it once this video finished processing and post. And I think you might be able to do so right now. As a matter of fact, let me see. Let me get out of that. Oh, yes. No, you can't. I don't see it. I only see a chat, not a comment. Leave a comment on the video and let me know what your favorite tip. I know it might be hard to pick, but pick one. What's your favorite tip from this collaboration? I will be coming back in and randomly picking. I'm going to use a randomizer somehow, some way, or ask somebody to pick it for me. I'm going to pick 2 persons who made their comments. Oh, wait a second. Let me think about that. Because, I don't want y'all posting y'all email addresses in here for folks to get in touch with you. Because how would I get in touch with you? Yeah. Okay. Well, let me do this then. Let me go ahead and I'm going to create a randomizer. And I'm going to drop the randomizer link in the description section of the video. Okay. Give me until tomorrow. That's going to give you enough time to watch the video. So give me until tomorrow. I'm going to put in, which is what, the 27th. I'm going to put the link in the video description box. Instagram or Facebook. Okay, but not everybody has that, right? So, hey, Riddick, Happy New Year. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me go back to the chats. I'm sorry. Let me go back. Ooh. Let's go back to the, you're going to be like, Tamara, where the chat at? I don't know where it went. Let's get great to so many conversion almost going back to the basics when Tiffany, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Malika, not for now, not for now, not for now. This was a great start for me, Malika. So I'll keep y'all posted as to when I'm going live. I will be trying to go live a little bit more often, but I cannot, she's not there yet. She's not there yet to go live like I used to go live. So I'll post a randomizer link in the description box of this video. And then you can, but then it's how am I going to notify the winners, Brina? So so people have to post a way for me to notify them. And the only way for me to do that is I have to do another video to let them know that they won, and they'd have to watch that video to know that they won. So I'm just going to post a randomizer in the comment section, in the description section of this video by tomorrow, the latest by tomorrow. So I'm gonna work on it today, but you know, I got to see what other plans I have for the day. Yeah, I got to see what other plans I have for the day. So I'll post it, the link by tomorrow. So you go in, find out what your favorite comment is from the collaboration or tip, and then you go ahead and put that in there. I will have I will have picked two winners. I will pick two winners, and you're going to tell me what craft store of your choice you would like a gift card to, and I'll be doing two $25 gift cards. Okay, if you want the Hobbs Lobs, then it'll be Hobbs Lobs. If you want Auntie Joe's, if you want Uncle Mike's, right? So we'll do a gift card. It could be a virtual gift card. Maybe send it to you virtually, however you like it, right? And then you can have that. Y'all, it's been a beautiful, beautiful year with y'all, and I appreciate each and every one of you. I miss y'all too. Right? I miss y'all too. But like I said, I don't know how often I'm going to be able to come live because this takes a lot of energy and strength, okay? And I'm gonna need a nap afterwards. I'm gonna need a nap. Good morning, everybody. What's Desiree? Good morning. Rochelle, good morning. I so appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you all as well. I will also post in our group. If you're not a part of our group on Facebook, it's All Things Planner Related. Join that group. Okay, Tamara's I'm always trying to be more active in the group, but y'all. But I will post in there when I'll be coming live so that you guys will have that notice. I'm going to try to be better at that. She is just not that good at that. Okay. And she's okay with it. But, you know, it's not good. It's not. It's not good. Lola, that's a whole other story. Okay. That's a whole other story. Because like y'all, I'm dealing with enough. I'm dealing with enough. Don't you think? I think I'm dealing with enough. But if the Lord said it's not enough, then what am I going to do? It's not enough. And the babies, for those who don't know, it's my niece's children. So my niece and her two babies is here. Okay. A 1-year-old and a 2-year-old. What? Say what? That? No. Oh no. Yeah. And they're here for a moment. Okay. For a moment's moment. Right. Yeah. And so Mm, mm. Malika. That's not, you know, you know, when you were like sailing in a particular time in your life and you were sailing along, you were just getting into, like, you just got into the wall, into the boat on the water, and a cool, nice, calm breeze was blowing you, and it was a nice summer day, and you had your little parasol, and you had somebody rowing you along, and then you were sipping on your iced tea, and then a storm decided that it wanted to come and mess up your whole day. That's what that is. It's not no enjoy the youthful energy. It's a storm, right? And so it's like why do I have baby walkers and things in my living room that I had crafted and curated and purchased cream furniture, and now we got to be scrubbing them? Like, let me just tell y'all, the Lord has been teaching me some lessons. Oh, the Lord has been teaching me some lessons, and the Lord has been holding up a mirror to my face, and I mean, I'm like, Lord, ah, ah, and then Florence done got on my last nerve, and then y'all know what happened with my brother. Oh my gosh. And let me just tell y'all, okay? So we gonna catch up. We gonna catch up in 2024, a little at a time, okay? A little at a time. You have some too, Malika? Ah. But Lola, they was perfect for me because that's the time in my life I was in. I love it. I absolutely love it. I adore it. I think it's good. It's good. Okay. Let me tell you, it was good. It's beautiful. So I'm teaching the mama, I'm teaching the babies, and I'm teaching the mama how to teach the babies. So where's my energy and my strength left for me to do the rest of the stuff, right? So we got church things, we got home things, we got them things, okay? The company, okay? The residents of the West Wing. That's what they call. They are called the residents of the West Wing. We got them things. In addition, we got work things because we're trying to make some money, but I can't go and make no money, but I still got to be spending the money because the residents of the West Wings. Like life is lifing. Life is lifing. We're gonna talk about all this. Because it's a teaching, it's teaching, it's a learning experience for me too. Because honestly, I'm telling y'all, it, it's yeah, God has really been using this experience to show me some of my character that needs to change. It needs to be improved. Like, really and truly, I see the hand of God in all of these things. And when God is really stripping that onion, one of that layer onion, it can be emotional and mentally draining, and it hurts sometimes because, like, Lord, I thought I was a little bit better than that. The Lord is like, no, girl, you still so dirty. You still so dirty. Like, look at this. Like, come on now, learn. And I'm like, okay, Lord, I gotta learn. But man, why it gotta hurt like this? So I will be sharing a lot of those with you all. And then I have friends that I'm mourning with, as well as, mourning with my family, mourning for us and our loss. And so it's emotionally a lot. Like, it's so much emotionally and mentally as well. And this collaboration, I'm telling y'all, that's why in the first video I said what I said too, but this collaboration has really helped me, because when I made that collaboration video, I'm telling y'all, I could not think about saying the word brother without crying. Like, it took me a while to be able to even, like, camera on and let's do this, right? Camera on and let's do this. Like, it's still for me unreal. It's still for me like unreal. Like, it still doesn't penetrate. It still doesn't make sense. It's still like, it's not real. It's not real, but it's real because I feel the realness of it. I don't know if you get it. Like, I feel the realness of it, but I can't believe it. Like, I don't believe it. And so it's still, I could not open my mouth and talk to anybody about it. I couldn't say a word because every time I start to talk, and I don't want to get it here now, but every time I start to talk, all that coming is bawling and crying. And y'all already know that I had to watch my health. And because of it, I was having even more health challenges. Like, literally, I can't tell you how many doctors I've been to since over the past 2 months. and specialists I've been to, and I still have to go back to, because I've tried to be calm and try to not let it stress me. But even in being calm and not letting stress you, that's stressing because you're keeping stuff in. So I'm stressed if I keep it in, and I'm stressed if I let it out. So health wise, it's still not been healthy. So I've been trying to figure that out, right? And so it's like, and we have a lot of family. When I say a lot of family, we have a lot of family. And so with a lot of family, we're talking about it to a lot of family all the time. And that's why I was like, I can't talk to anybody. When I say a lot of family, hundreds, I'm like, I can't talk to anybody else. I can't talk to anybody else because there's all these family, and all of us at the same time were fielding questions from the different friends and families and all this stuff. And it was so much. It was so much of it. Okay. And then of course we, during this time as a family, some of us, like, we were just butting heads a little bit, because we were all like mourning. And when you're mourning and you're angry because you're going through that stage of your mourning, and other people are angry, and I'm already short fused, and I'm like, what are y'all thinking? Like, I just can't deal with y'all. So it's like we're looking at each other like, you crazy. We're fussing at each other like, what are you doing? Right? So, yeah. So it's a lot better now. Like, like you see, I'm here and I'm talking. Yes, I was getting a little bit there, but breathe. But there are times, I'm telling you, I'm driving and I'm bust out bawling. I'm walking around my house and I bust out bawling. I think about something and I'm busting out bawling. Like, it comes. I'm still there as well. um, but it's definitely better than it was even in the beginning, which was what, 25 days ago. And I appreciate each and every one of you, your prayers. I appreciate it. I appreciate your love, your hugs, the music notes. I mean, just everything that was left in the comments that I asked for. I really love that, because that's what I needed. Normal. I needed normal. I didn't need another reminder, another conversation. I didn't need none of that. I just needed some normal in my life so I could put one foot in front of the other. Because if I didn't have that normal, there would be depression. If I didn't have that normal, it would be surrounded. Like, I can't be surrounded by the grief all the time. I don't want to be reminded of it, and I think everybody deals with it differently, or their grief and stuff like that differently. But for me, I just know, let me process. I needed space. I'm an introvert, so I go in. And then when people are talking at me and I'm trying to sink in, I will sink in even further. So because I know this about myself, I ask for people how I want you to care for me. I've learned to be that advocate. I'm learning still, but I've learned to be that advocate for myself. This is how I need for me to be taken care of right now. It's not that I'm avoiding, but I can't process this right now. So if you're saying it to me, it's just going to cause me to shrink in, because I can't process what you're telling me right now. Okay. Hey, Kimikobu, how are you? So as I'm now coming back out, I can start calling one or two people and explaining, thank you, and I appreciate it, but I just could not. You know what I mean? I just could not. I couldn't interact with you in that way, because like another family member could, but I could not, because the depth for me, because I'm an introvert, I'm a withdrawer, and I don't want to be that way too long, because it's not good, it's not healthy, it's not any of that. So that's where that's where I had to be at for a little time. And so y'all already coming on live, it was not even going to be a thing. I'd be on here balling all the whole thing. So this one has been great, y'all. We've been on here 2 hours this time, because today's a good day. It's a beautiful day. I had a great time with family yesterday as well. And so, I'll see how it's going. I will be making some videos for you all in 2024 that I already have on the schedule for some videos. Y'all, it's going to be like one a month. not a lot, just one a month, because energy, and with so much other stuff going on, I know y'all understand. I will also at least try to a minimum of once a month. I'm going to work my way. I'm not making promises. Work my way to at least once a week checking in, right? You see how this is a check-in. Well, no, it's the wrap up collaboration video. Right? So do a check-in. We're gonna start out with once a month, and if I can go more, then I'll go more. But girl, y'all, peoples, okay, because we got some story time. We got some story time. Play it on. Yes, thank you. Yes, play it. Fast forward it. So that's it. But I so love and appreciate you all for loving me and keeping me and my family in your prayers, in your thoughts, for your well wishes, just all of it. I so appreciate it because I'm telling y'all, it helped when I see them loves and see them hearts and see them hugs and everything. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Let's give a post once a week to the group to let us know. Yeah, okay. All right, Malika, I'll try. I will do my very best to try on that as well. So now I think I can get back to posting and stuff like that. And I wasn't on social media too like that. I was on but not on because people kept on posting pictures of my brother and stuff like that. And like I'm like, no, like no, I don't want to. So even in our family group, I have to let them know, please send an alert. Let us know when you're doing this. Let me know so I don't check the group when you're doing this, because I have to be in a mind space to be able to look at these things, pictures and videos and things like y'all can look. I have to be in a certain mind space. And I hope y'all understand that I'm able to do that, or else like, don't catch me when I'm driving and I see you post something and I think you're posting something like you want us to know something in the family chat, and I'm clicking on it and all of a sudden it's a whole boo-hoo balling session, especially if I'm trying to work, right? You know what I mean? Like, don't be doing that. Don't catch me off guard like that. So, yeah. All right, y'all. Look out by tomorrow for the link to be in the description box for the randomizer. Leave what is your favorite tip from the collaboration to enter to win the gift card. You got to be 18 years or older, United States resident, someplace where there's a Hobby Lobby, Michael's, or Joann's, right? Gift card to enter. Okay. All right. I love y'all with the love of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Thank you all once again. I appreciate it. And I will see you all on the next video. Bye-bye.